Hey guys, it's Gary Hewett, and I'm here on behalf of Linda Comeau, and we're talking about reinventing matchmaking. And first of all, I want to thank everyone that has signed up to help us build this. We're going to get a few automated processes underway shortly. What I'd like to start doing is working on the question bank. And you think, well, this is fairly simple. Should just be able to whip up a few questions and away we go. And when you dig into questions, it gets to be quite a challenge. Just as an example, here's an example that I came across. Somebody came up with a great question. So the situation was she had to attend a business meeting and she couldn't get a babysitter, so she brought along her child with her. And the child went off to the bathroom, and when he came back, she said to him, "What what did the soap smell like?" All right, and so I thought, okay, that's interesting. And then what she asked another question specifically about the soap. You had to have touched the soap in order uh, to be able to answer that question. And I asked her afterwards. I said, like, why did you ask that question that way? And because all she wanted to know is whether or not the child had washed his hands. And she said, well, if I ask him, have you washed your hands? Then we're into this battle of wills that really doesn't accomplish anything. But if I ask him, what did the soap smell like? Then when I get an answer, I know whether or not he's washed his hands. So I've got the answer that I want without going through any triggering process. And that kind of frames a whole bunch of the challenges that we're going to have in designing questions for this system. On the one hand, there's everybody is unique, everybody is different. And so we're going to have people that are going to go, 200 questions, that's not enough, I want more. And then we're going to have other people like, 3 questions? Are you trying to kill me? Right? So we've got to figure out how we find a suitable range in between that pleases everybody. And one of the things that we're going to do is drip out the questions one by one over time. And even then, how fast do we drip? Some people are probably going to want them once a day, some people once a week. And some people may want them once a month, but we may not have enough data from them in order to find them a suitable match. So, like I say, all kinds of challenges. Even more interesting, if I put up a picture of the classical thinker, then the next question you answer, the statistics show that you are suddenly smarter just by the presence of that picture. So that's the framing. And that's all Robert Cialdini's work. There's persuasion and persuasion. So that's from his book, Persuasion. So, just the framing of everything. So that's why I like to talk. Now, my wife is one of those people that stop talking, just tell me what to do, and let's get on with this, right? And I get that. There are people that are like that, and I'm really not a good fit for them because I like to discuss things. I like to work things out. I like to understand things, and I bet that some of you are like that, and we want to accommodate all of you because you've shown up and you've put your hand up and you've said, how can I help? So this is the first step, is just sort of understanding the challenge that we have. I would love to send you, so what I plan to do is send you a question, and then you're going to look at that question and you're going to answer another question about that question, right? So we may send you a ratings thing. Was that a good question or not? We may send you an essay question. How could you improve this question? There's a number of different things. We may send you multiple choice of different things about that question. So that will evolve as we go. But our goal is to develop this awesome bank of questions that really serves the purpose of finding out, who you are and answers all of those questions for potential partners, so that each of you have a better chance of finding a better match. That's our primary purpose here, is just getting down to that matchmaking process, and then of course making those introductions and so on and so forth. So like I say, now I don't know that the tech we have right now will let me put two questions together, so you may get one question that is the question that we want you to analyze, and then you may get a second question that is the question about the question, right? But there'll be context around each of those, and eventually I'll work on some new material so that we can put them in one spot, so you can see the question and answer the question about the question, right? And I realize that's already confusing for some people, but that's also the challenge that we have, is finding and making this as simple as possible. Of course, feedback is always welcome. The email that sends from our system, you can reply to. Some of you have found out. So if there's anything that we're doing wrong or stupid or dumb or could do better, whatever, just feel free to express yourself and let us know, and we will do our best to handle that for you. So once again, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for signing up. And remember that the more people you tell about the events that we're going on, so we'll always have a link to the next event as we do this. The more people you tell about what's going on here that we can get in the room, the faster this grows, the faster we get to that stage where we start having actual matchmaking events. Now, Linda is already talking to me about the next phase of building the profiles. But like I say, the profiles are based upon the questions, and we want to have a bank of questions that really resonates with you. It doesn't matter what we think the question should be. The thing is, it matters what you believe the question should be. So that's where we are. That's what we're working on right now. And again, thank you so much for showing up and doing this. And let us know, other things that you might like to do or suggestions that you have. Please feel free to reach out to us and let us know. All right. Thanks, everyone.